anything is possible. I get that. Anything is possible. The Suns could turn it around. Sure. Has there been anything in the last would there be anything this year that would tell me that they can, in fact, turn it around? Not really. They haven't beat a really quality opponent in quite some time. It's just been okay. It's just been okay, and I just don't think that the DNA of what the Suns have from top to bottom is really conducive to a big run. Now, I hope I'm wrong. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong. I hope
No,
that they
no,
do
no.
get on the wrong.
You can't
Well,
protect what you just
no,
said,
no, no.
man.
I'd say, of course,
No,
I
I
hope
don't
I'm
want to
wrong.
hear
Like,
you could
I
be
want the
wrong.
Phoenix Suns to win a championship, BJ. I've been
I
wanting them
don't.
to win a championship
I
since
know
I was
what
8
you
years old
want,
and watched you play, for crying out loud.
Saul. I do
Of
know
course, I
what you
want them to
want.
turn it around, but they
I
don't
do know
appear to
what you
have
want.
that in them.
I do know what you want, but no, you can't play that game.
What's the game?
You got to be definitive. Okay, you can't be hemming and hawing on both sides of it, man. You can't. Like I just told you that they have the capability of doing it, and you're pushing back on it, which
You
is
said
your right to do.
capability.
But I don't want you to still
You did not say
rip
they
me.
will or they
I
won't.
don't think you rip me and then jump back on the horse with me. No, I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm going to call you out on it, okay? Like, I didn't say the Suns were going to turn it around. What I told you was that it is not something that is out of the mindset that they can't. You said, and you're arguing that no way it's going to happen. So stay on that horse, man. I
It's
don't
not going
want
to
you
happen.
I don't want you sitting on your horse and you got your leg on my horse, okay, dude? You stay off my horse.
I
Okay,
will
because
stay off
we'll
your horse.
revisit this back when when the season's over. We'll revisit it, and then you'll have more of a reason to bring it up again. But you can't be
Okay.
hanging on
Okay.
my
All right.
horse.
How about this? How about this? The Suns are not going to make a run. They're not going to make a run.
There you go.
It's over. It's over. Turn
There
out the
you go.
lights. It's over. Like
See, I
they
like that. See, I
the
have more
best
respect for you now.
the best they could possibly do is get to that 10th position as a plan, and I think even that is almost a stretch unless another team above them falls apart. That's it. That's
All
straight
right.
up just what it is.
Okay, there
Maybe
you go.
Sacramento might fall apart and fall down, and the Suns can win just enough games to get there. But the Suns' road ahead, I do believe they have either the toughest or the second toughest schedule
No, they have
remaining
the
in the
toughest
league.
schedule. But I
Like,
don't buy into that tough schedule junk
sure,
because
but they
you know
haven't beat
why?
any of the tough teams.
I don't buy into it. You know why? Because when your back's against the wall, you're a different animal.
Their back
Like
has
it's a
been up against the wall for the
no,
last 2 months.
no. Now it's against the wall. It's against the
You lost
wall.
18.
Doesn't
You've only
matter.
won 18 games since your
Doesn't
8-1
matter.
start. You
Does
were
not
18
matter.
and 27 in the
And
last.
believe it or not, you hear by teams' comments right now. They feel like they can. I interviewed who did I interview yesterday? Bulls, some Bulls players. I'm telling you, everybody believes still they have a chance because of the play-in, because of getting in it. And so my point is, when they get in it, they believe that that's when they have their chance to do something great. So my point is, they're not giving up with that. So you saying, "Oh, it's over," because they've been trying to do it. No, the urgency starts now. I am telling you, been there too many times. The urgency starts when it's near the end, and that's just the nature of a human. Like then when it really okay, oh, this is going to be really bad. Now all of a sudden the focus is there. Come on, you see it with young kids all the time, right? They take stuff for granted, right? That's what happens. And so you can't
Mhm.
eliminate these guys and think they didn't take some things for granted, and now they look at it like, man, we got to turn this around. And so the point I'm telling you is, a lot of times when teams get to this point, they turn it around against good teams.
You had
Because you know
50.
why? Because of the fear that they're going to get embarrassed. That's why you see it all the time during the course of a season. Listen to me, Saul.
Do they not feel that way now?
Saul, I'm trying to help you, my man. Trying to help you. I am telling you. The mindset of a player is weird. It's like now what happens is when you play against a top team, right? You always, and the Suns have not like stunk it up against top teams. They've competed with them. Again, turnovers, not rebounding is what cost them. But they've competed with them because they know if they don't, they're going to get blown out. They went to Oklahoma City last week, beat up, didn't have their team. and played them pretty damn good. Think about it. Truly did. Like, so my point is they're going to be focused. You always focus against the better teams because you know if you're not, they're going to beat you by 50. And so you really let your guard down against teams you think you should beat. And that's what the Suns have done this year. They've lost to a lot of teams that they should have beat.
They just lost to two teams that are better than them.
I know that.
But
And
where
they
was this
played,
locked
and
in
they
the
should
fourth
have beat
quarter of
them.
those games?
And they almost beat them.
But they
What you mean?
didn't. You know how many times I played against good teams in high school and college, and we walked away and we're like, man, we should have beat them. But guess what? We didn't because we weren't
Saul,
good enough.
Saul, you don't hear what I'm saying, man.
I do hear what
And
you're
you know
saying,
you're
man.
struggling
It
with
just
it. You're
don't make
struggling
any
with
sense
it.
to me, though.
I'm saying that they came back on Memphis, got a big lead. They came back on them. They had a chance to beat them, but the same thing happened. Turnovers. Wasn't missed shots. It wasn't missed shots. Normally you start to miss shots. Normally the team on the other side defends you and like makes you shoot brick. The Suns haven't had that problem all year. They pretty much outshot teams most of the season. No, they're their own worst enemy.
I get that.
Okay, so
Which makes it worse.
So it goes back to the two things I keep talking about. What do I keep talking about? They're their own worst enemy. So if they don't clear that up, yes, it's going to be an issue. But what I'm saying is that they will play teams tougher down the stretch here because they know it's over. They know it could be over. And so they will play tougher. Trust me, they will. They'll play a little bit beat up. It's going to be all of that because of the desperation of the moment. That's all I'm saying to you. So it's a different animal. So I'm happy they're playing a tough schedule, is what I'm saying to you. Because now they're going to go into every game. They're not going to take anybody for granted.
Well,
And
I feel like
when you don't take people for granted, you're more prepared. And so that's what happens a lot in the professional leagues. That's why you'll see teams always play at a better level. You're like, dang, what? They just lost to a bad team the other night, but they're playing this team good. That's just the crazy mentality of it all. But the great teams like Boston, like Oklahoma City right now, this year, they don't take anybody for granted. Like the Suns a few years ago didn't take anybody for granted. Like that's how it should be. So I'm not making like it's a great thing that they're doing this. I'm just saying that strength of schedule jump, I throw that out the window. It doesn't. Last year, people were talking about strength of schedule, and strength of schedule it got 8 up last year. 8 up. The teams that had the work hardest schedules at the end were the teams that were winning. It does not matter. It doesn't. It doesn't matter down the stretch. It's like that's why I believe that if they put their mind to it, that they can turn it around.
listen.
Turn it around meaning start winning consistently. I didn't say
I
win a
get that.
title. I didn't say all of that. I said start winning consistently. I think they can get into a streak where they can win 6, 7, 8 in a row and can put themselves back in the rhythm. They did it last year. They did it last year.
Last year
And
ain't
we
this
thought they
year.
were dead.
Last year ain't this year.
The same team, though. Pretty much same team. If it was a totally different team, you have a point. Totally different team, you have a point. I wouldn't say it.
Okay.
But they can remember what they did to be able to get back, and it's the same pretty much core of guys.
It's funny
That's
that
the
you say
difference.
that because I think I sent you this video yesterday where it was like they can't take away what we were. Flip on on above the rib, right? Like that's where I feel like we're going with this. And listen, I get what you're saying. I do. However, like I remember in high school, I thought I had it. Yeah, I thought I had it, right? And I asked like probably the hottest girl in school out, and I got laughed at because you know what? I didn't have it. I didn't have it at that time. Like that's where I feel like the Suns are. They think they have it, but they don't, and they haven't proved it. They haven't
But
done
they're
it yet.
capable of Saul.
Yeah,
Here's the
capable.
Saul,
You're
here's
talking
the
about their
thing.
backs are up
You
against the
thought
wall,
you
and they
had the
haven't.
girl.
Like, why couldn't you feel like your back was up against the wall 15, 20
I could have
games
thought
ago?
I had the girl, but maybe when I tried to talk to her, maybe I had some meat between my teeth or something, and she was like, ugh. But then when I saw her the next day, I
Of
didn't
all
have
the
that
things
meat.
you could have possibly said,
I didn't
why did
have
you
it.
say
Well,
that?
you can do crazy stuff. I mean, it happens. It's life, dude. Okay. So then the next day, the next day, I put that smile on her. Look, I put that smile on her, and she's like, oh my God.
For those of you who are
Yeah.
streaming on our
See,
fast on our streaming platforms, make sure you go over to gophnx.com to catch the rest of this. Go ahead, EJ.
yeah,
So
I said,
you
oh my
smiled at her
God.
finally.
Okay, now she doesn't see the negative and she like sees through everything. So, oh my man, oh jeez. Yeah, that's so see, so that's why you lost out. So she looked at you and you looked the same the next day. See, that's the difference. See, so it could have played that way. And that's what the Suns are. They got a blemish. They got a blemish that is really ugly. They don't take care of the ball, they don't rebound. Now keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. And then all of a sudden, if they start rebounding and take care of the ball, they're gonna win. We've seen it. We saw it early in the year. Took care of the ball, was not turning it over. They went 8-1.
Okay.
This last stretch a couple of weeks ago. They stopped turning the ball over. Nick came over, boom, rebounding the ball. They went like they won like 8 out of 10, right? So the blemish is there. We know it's there. They keep allowing it to come back. But if they keep it away, they're gonna have a chance to win any game they step on the floor to play. That's the difference. But if you're not good looking and you couldn't get the girl the first on Monday, why do you think you're gonna go back and you still fresh like you thought you were? And you think you're gonna be lucky the next time?
Listen,
You
man, I
gotta
know I'm
you gotta
fresh
have a
now. Like,
blemish.
come on
There
now.
was a reason. It could have been a reason. It could have been you walking up to her and saying, like you like on Groundhog Day, right? With Bill Murray. Like it took him about 8 times before he finally got the girl.
So,
Think about it. If anybody watched that movie, it's really like a message. It took him 8 times before he finally got it. He kept messing up, but he knew he had the next day to try it again. And he finally got the right things right. And she looked at him like, take me. Like, I'm yours. See, so you didn't have the opportunity at Groundhog Day.
oh my
See, you just
goodness.
came back looking the same. So the
Slide,
girl was like, no. I
slide,
told you no. Okay.
slide.
No, I don't care if you go get plastic surgery. I don't care. No, I don't no. You have
First
no
of
chance.
all, EJ, first of all, I don't think I would be declined now. Second, Slide 2.0 has it perfectly in the chat. He says, back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me.
But they
To
don't
quote
want
Mike
you. They
Jones,
don't want you. They want what's in your pocket. They don't want
281
you.
330
Hey, let me tell you something.
8004.
You gotta meet them when you're broke. See, when you meet them when you're broke and you ain't got nothing, that's when you know they looking at you like, oh my land. Oh
So
God, I need him.
in short, EJ says that the Suns need to remove the meat from their teeth and they're going to be just fine.
Exactly.